Good morning. It is Tuesday, December the 10th. Good to have you with us on Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis here with Benjamin Escobar. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too. Good to see everybody or everybody who's watching, I guess.
You know, it's hard to believe we're almost done with the semester.
I know, I know.
Yeah,
We got
we're
just
coming.
next week and
Yeah, well, even half of them, like a
yeah.
week from today, is our last day before winter break. Of
Really?
course,
Wow.
you'll be here working some,
I will
right?
be here.
Yeah, during the
Yes.
break, because we do
Doing
have some
some
people at the TV station who have to keep things moving.
yes.
He's one of them
Yes.
that does that.
So because of me, the station keeps it running. So
Okay, we'll go
yeah.
with that. Yeah. Do you have any big plans for the holidays?
Not yet. I
Yeah.
mean, we'll just go as it comes, but we got Christmas and the New Year's.
The new year, all that coming
We're
up. Yeah.
excited.
Graduation's coming up. We're going to get to that in a moment, but we want to thank everybody who is watching us on Facebook Live and YouTube. We are here just about every Monday through Friday, although we won't be here Thursday and Friday because of
No.
graduation, which happens on Friday. And you can catch us live at 10 a.m. or in social media anytime and on our cable channel, Benji.
Yes, we are live on the Houston Community College District Facebook page, not HCC, but Houston Community College District. We're also on YouTube, X, LinkedIn, and on HCCTV, where you can catch a rebroadcast of this show at noon, 5 and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday.
So today is Tuesday, and it's Tasty Tuesday as well. We've got a special guest joining us. We have a restaurant that offers Southern comfort cuisine and what some would call the world-class view. Chef Ryan Brown works with Derby Restaurant. He's our Tasty Tuesday guest. Chef, thanks for being here this morning. Good to see you.
Good to see y'all as well. I'm glad to be here with y'all.
I know we're going to learn more about the restaurant, and you've got a dish you're going to be preparing for us. So stick around. We'll be with you in about 10 minutes.
All right, thank you.
All right. As we've been mentioning, graduation is literally coming up at the end of the week, and Benji's going to be interviewing one of our co-hosts here on HCCTV, and she's kind of like the graduation czar, I think.
Oh, yeah, I'd say so.
Wouldn't you say?
I would. So now today we have back on the show, but in a different capacity than a host, Sharday Campbell. She's the strategic enrollment and social media manager and HCCTV host. So maybe we could add a graduation SAR to that.
Yeah, I think we should put that on the title too.
So Sharday, we appreciate you setting the stage for graduation. How does that work every year? Is it a big thing?
It is a huge thing, and although I will accept the title, there is a whole committee dedicated to this work. It really, I think, so many people, whether they work here or whether they've been through a graduation before, really underestimate how much planning goes into this. As soon as we end one graduation, we get a couple months break, and we're back to starting to plan the next graduation. And pleased to report that this is our largest fall graduation that we've had. Now, we traditionally have not always had a fall graduation, but this is the largest one we've had in the past couple years. We
Wow.
are expecting nearly 1,400 graduates. We are maxing out the capacity of this facility. So I know this week we're already seeing, okay, do we need to start looking at another venue?
Yeah.
What's really happening? So we are so pleased that this is just accumulation of so much student success work to be celebrating our graduates and all of their accomplishments and their academic goals.
I mean, that's great to hear. I mean, eventually you'll probably have to do two graduations like we usually do during the spring semester, right?
Yeah, I mean it came up and it was discussed, but I mean the response was a lot more than we ever anticipated. So yeah, it is on the table to have two graduations in December.
Awesome. And I just want to give folks maybe like if you could help us out with some tips and stuff for those students who are watching. I know everyone wants to arrive on time and avoid any stress. What are the recommended arrival times for graduates attending the morning and afternoon ceremonies, and what can they expect when they arrive?
Yeah, absolutely. So this starts at 9 a.m. in Houston, Texas, one of the largest traffic cities in the world, and also coordinating, over 1,000 graduates plus all of the faculty and the staff that are there. And so we require, not recommend, we require that graduates show up 2 hours ahead of time to make sure that everything runs smoothly and that they don't miss their opportunity to walk across the stage. So the ceremony ceremony starts at 9 a.m. That means that our graduates needs to be there at 7 a.m. I know, does get the crust out your eyes, dust it off, get those plans together. And one thing that we also want to note too is that the graduates needs to be there at 7 a.m., but the families will be let in an hour before the ceremony.
Okay, that's great to hear. Also, I want to just let people know that if you get there early, folks, like for the students at least, for the graduates, there's stations set up. Like I have a professional picture that I took last year at the graduation. As you know, it's got my nice profile picture, so you can get a lot of stuff done. The folks over here for graduation, they've set up a lot of nice things for y'all to do, even though y'all are there 2 hours early. So I know they got stuff like that planned this year too, right?
Yeah, so you asked why they needed to be there, but what can they expect when they get
Yeah.
there is what is what you're going to. So courtesy of our newly established alumni association, to your point, there will be free professional headshots. There's going to be food, snacks and drinks provided by the alumni organization as well. In addition, our friends in HCC Student Life really create an experience. You're not just sitting around for 2 hours. There are photo booths, there are games, there is line dancing, there's gonna be an MC on the mic. Like it's a celebration. This is not like it is literally a celebration. So that time that you're waiting in between, the tips that I would give you, like I said, there will be snacks and drinks, but anything that you require to really last about, stay somewhere for about 5 hours. Because if you're showing up 2 hours ahead of time, because of how many graduates we've had, we've made sure to tell the graduates that they should expect nearly a 3 hour ceremony. So this is something where you need to be prepared to be there that day. Charge your phone, make sure you take all your vitamins and prepare to be celebrated that day.
Yeah, and you need like a nice breakfast too, right?
I would have to agree because the snack can only take you so far.
Yeah. So I know that caps and gowns are required for students to walk the stage on their big day, but are there any other essentials graduates should bring on their day of the ceremony?
Yeah, like I said, I would anticipate just making sure your phone stays charged, and don't bring too much with you, right? Like, because you still have to walk across the state. You're walking across rows of seats of other people and things of that nature. So you want to make sure that you have what you need. If you require any medicine, if you require anything to be there today, just make sure you have your go bag. But for the most part, just because when you walk across the stage, what they are using is the QR code that is on your phone that you receive, your grad pass, which is essentially a QR code. So you want to make sure that your phone stay charged. You wear comfortable shoes. I know you want to stunt on them for graduation. And I don't know, a glam cam may be there, but if you can't last a long time in those shoes, do yourself a favor and wear those other ones.
Yeah, right. I mean, most of the time the gown just kind of covers everything, so right.
Yeah.
So many graduates are excited to share the special day with loved ones. What information should they share with their guests about the ceremony?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a newly established Know Before You Go webpage. So a lot of what has already been communicated was specifically drilled down to what you need to know for that day. So our graduates will be sending out a text message no later than today and an email with the link to HCCS edu.edu/before you go, and there'll be a link that you can click on and it'll say for guests, so the guests will know their arrival times, as also as ADA accommodations. This is a big venue. If your family members need help with parking or getting to the venue or getting to your seats, our NRG guest services will help as well. So an accessibility guide will be in there. So just make sure that you review that link yourself as well as with your family.
And I know also for folks who have family members who can't make it out to Houston to see them at their graduation, especially this being a big graduation, there's probably limited seating for family members. We're going to be live streaming this. I just want to let folks know that we're live streaming this so they can share that link with folks from from across the world, I guess you could say.
And yeah, and Chris in HCCTV was telling us, I forgot how many countries he says that that the live stream gets viewed from. We have the largest international student population in community colleges in the country. I want to say one of the largest, just in case I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure we're the largest international population. So the views really are happening across the world.
No, they are. They are. And so, what can students expect after the ceremony? I mean, is that where they can get their alumni t-shirt?
Yes. So after the ceremony, heavy on after, we need you to stay the entire time. I know that it is a commitment, but you've done the work. It is time to be celebrated, and we also want to be courteous of everyone else being celebrated. So when you walk in, and a lot of students ask this question, they wonder what to expect that day. When you get there, you will get all your instructions about how to walk across the stage, how you line up, and who you sit next to is the order that you'll go across the stage. So it's not alphabetical order as a lot of people may expect, but we are asking everyone to stay the duration of the ceremony so that people aren't getting up, climbing over people during the ceremony and disrupting the ceremony. But at the end, you will get your exclusive new HCC alumni t-shirt. So this is something to be proud of. We have people that are getting associate's certificates, and I think maybe next fall we'll have our first class of our bachelor degree programs as well. So it is something to be proud about being an HCC Eagle. So get your official alumni swag at the end of that ceremony and meet up with your family and take pictures.
I know, and who doesn't like free swag? Come on now.
Listen, I'm on the hunt for it. It's 'tis the season for holiday parties. I'm here for free swag and free lunches, okay? So yes.
All right, so we're getting towards the end of the interview here, Sade. Anything that we left out that we want to let our students know, our future graduates that we missed?
No, I just want you to make sure that you come prepared and be open to having a good time. Make sure you check your student email, check your text messages, and go to hccs.edu/before you go. And the bookstore is still open if you need to make a last minute purchase for a cap and gown.
There we go. Thank you so much, Sade Campbell. She's a strategic enrollment and social media manager, and also our HCCTV host. We'll have all of your info on our post after the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. All right. So after a commercial break, Todd will return with our Tasty Tuesday guest. So stay tuned.
At Houston Community College, we make your lessons matter. Open the door to real-world education, where passions become careers. Find out more at hccs.edu and let your success take flight.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Welcome back to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis. We're live at the HCCTV studios this morning, and it's Tasty Tuesday. Special guest joining us right now, Chef Ryan Brown. He's with the Derby Restaurant and our Tasty Tuesday guest this morning. Good to see you, Chef. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me here. I'm glad to show everyone what I have today.
Absolutely. And congrats, because I understand you've been recently elevated to the top chef there at the restaurant. Want to learn more about the restaurant, but I know you're preparing something that's going to take a little time. So why don't you tell us about what you're going to be preparing for us this morning?
Today we're going to be making a grilled salmon with a shrimp Cajun sauce and fukake broccoli.
Oh,
and
wow.
very nice on the side.
Okay, let's go ahead and get you started on that. You can start preparing, and I've got a few questions for you. First off, you guys have a cuisine that's described as comfort food, a Southern comfort food. That includes obviously the dish you're having now, you're preparing for us now, but what other things are popular there?
Say that again.
You said your cuisine is
Oh.
Southern comfort. Besides the dish you're preparing now, what other dishes are popular?
Our meatloaf is very popular. It was developed by Chef Dish, who works at our other restaurants. Another dish we have is a fish and shrimp, which is just fried catfish and cornmeal with some fries on the side and remoulade and tartar sauce. That's one of the dishes that like I like the most. I am from New Orleans, so
Oh
like
yeah.
fish and fried fish and shrimp is always like a staple for me. I also like the gumbo because it reminds me like when my mom, she used to cook it all the time. So like I tried to bring that to the restaurant. And I try to bring that flair to it, just things that I grew up on.
Okay, so I'm from New Orleans too. I'm going to ask you one question: filet or okra?
I do both because
Both. Okay.
I like the taste of filet sometimes, but
Yeah.
okra brings it like together, like the thickness, the velvetyness of the gumbo just comes right out when you do okra.
I'm gonna have to try both next time I make some gumbo. Tell us about the restaurant Derby. Now, you guys are located inside a private sports car club called the is it called the car shop or the shop club? Yeah, tell us about the restaurant. Now, is the restaurant open to the public or is it simply for members?
Yes, the restaurant is open to the public, but we do try to cater to our demographic, which is it's supposed to be like a social club,
Yeah.
or car enthusiasts. So
Okay.
that's what we try to cater to most. But our restaurant is open to everyone. We do wine dinners as well, and we do caterings for people for our members as well.
Okay, now tell us where you are with the dish now. I see you've done some prep
I've
work on
chopped
your
up-
veggies and now you got the
I've chopped up
salmon.
my celery, my onions, my bell peppers. I have some ground beef that I've already browned for everyone. I have my andouille sausage that's gonna go in my dirty rice. My rice is already cooked because I can't wait 30 minutes for that. Then I have my spice blend that I made. It's poultry seasoning, Creole seasoning, Cajun seasoning, paprika, and cayenne.
Okay, all right. You got a little kick to that as well.
Yeah.
Like a
Right
true
now,
Cajun.
making florets for the broccoli. Oh, snap.
Now this dish comes, I saw the ground beef. Now that's in the dirty rice, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And so it's now the salmon though is with the shrimp sauce on top as well.
Yes. What I do is I sear off the shrimp in a pan, and I have a Cajun Alfredo sauce that I make that
Oh
goes
wow.
that goes with the shrimp that goes on the side of the plate.
Okay. Okay.
Now,
And you said you guys do a number of tastings. Do you wine tastings? I also understand you have a whiskey night as well.
we do steak dinners as well. We do a lot of variety of things. Just recently, we had a party for Methodist Hospital that's around here, and that went over pretty well. Everyone loved it. I remember my first wine dinner that I did here. I did mushroom risotto with seared sea bass, and everyone really enjoyed that one.
You can't go wrong with that. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can't go wrong with
wrong with
risotto
it.
and sea bass. Now, let me ask you this: when people are visiting the restaurant, they can dine there. Do they get a chance to see the cars you'll have on display?
Oh yes. Where how our restaurant is located, if you sit, you can sit and see all the cars from the top. But if you want to get a tour of the cars, it's like $15.
Okay.
See all the classic cars that we have here. But it's better to see it from the top, see the whole scope of everything.
Now, I looked it up on your social media, which we'll have all the social media handles in our post after the show. But you guys are up in Vintage Park, is that right?
We're up in Willowbrook Mall.
Well, okay. Yeah, I grew up in that area of town, so very familiar with that. So where are we with the dish? Or you got what do you got going there?
We're close. I'm putting the salmon on for the grill, so I can get my grill marks on there. We're about 5 minutes out.
Now, the salmon itself, do you grill it off? Is it pre-cooked in the oven? How do you like to do it? And do you do
I
it
just
later?
grill it off on the flat top. I know I like to grill it off on our char grill. Get some
There you
nice
go.
grill marks. I like my salmon about medium.
Yep.
Overcooked salmon is kind of a turn off for me. So
Yeah.
but yeah, getting those nice grill marks once that gets ready, We got our shrimp going right here. I'm about to put my sauce.
And this looks like it cooks up pretty quickly here with all of this. You do all, it's, I mean, I guess you have the vegetables prepped by cut up, but it's all kind of tossed right together, all as per order. Is that right?
Yes. I don't like to do anything like pre-cooked because it takes away the value of
Yeah.
coming to a restaurant. You kind of want the experience of having something fresh.
What was the biggest thing you noticed when you moved to Texas from Louisiana and you're used to doing food in New Orleans? What was the biggest thing that you noticed that you had to adapt to Texans' tastes?
Barbecue. I was never a big fan of. I never knew anything about barbecue until I got here, and then working at different places. Everyone loved barbecue. The last place I worked, we had our own smoker. It was every Thursday. We made barbecue every day, and that's where that's the biggest difference. Just smoking in general. It's a very unique practice.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know how to do it very well, but it is one of those things that I enjoy doing.
I got to admit, that's the truth. And I've never even thought of it that way. I moved to Houston quite a while ago, but when I was a kid, I didn't know anything about barbecue. And then also they brought out this stuff with tortilla chips and said it was salsa. And I'm like, what in the heck is that?
Yeah.
We didn't have that in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Now, of course, it's cuisine's changed there a bit, but back in
it
back
changed.
then, it wasn't.
Like the Texas New Orleans combination of food is so unique. Only the Texas, and I love it. I love going to the BBs.
Yeah, Tex Orleans.
Texas Orleans, because it reminds me of home and where I'm at currently.
Yeah, well, they've been on the show. They're a good friend of the show. They've been on our show several times as well. So we've got you got your salmon going, and you got your dirty rice, and you got a number of things on the stove there.
Yes.
Tell us what you're doing now.
Right now I put some white wine in my sauce to give it that extra flavor. I'm pulling out my broccoli. I want to get it to a nice green, bright green. So I blanched them first. If you can't see, I blanched them first.
Oh yeah.
Put butter in them. Turn off that.
Can't go wrong with butter.
Got my sauce going. That's the dirty rice going. So the next thing I will be working on is my salmon. Where that's at.
So we've got about 1 minute left, Chef. If you have a chance, if we could take a look at what you got going. I know you got a number of plates spinning there.
And 1 minute left. Okay, I'll be plating up everything. Right now, I'm about to put the bukkake seasoning on. It's pretty much a rice seasoning that goes on my broccoli. It gives it a nice umami flavor instead of just doing salt and pepper. You can use this for almost anything. It's really good on sushi, but with the broccoli, it gives it a whole nother level of flavor.
And it's called bukkake seasoning. Is that right?
Bukkake.
Okay, I got to try that myself. Now, is this something that's offered on the daily menu on the at your restaurant? Is this a daily special or is it on the daily menu?
No, this is on our menu every day.
Okay.
So if you ever want to come and try it, trust me, we'll always have it.
Do you guys do a brunch on Sunday?
We do a brunch on Saturday and Sunday.
What are some of the specialty things you offer on the brunch?
We have a berries and cream, which is mascarpone cream inside of a puff pastry with mascarpone cream on top, mint, and a strawberry.
Okay. Pretty good stuff going there. And once again, we're talking to Chef Ryan Brown. He is at Derby Restaurant. They're located up in the Willowbrook area. We'll have all their information in our social media post. The dish he's preparing right now is salmon with a shrimp sauce. He's got some dirty rice and some broccoli as well. He's getting ready to plate it right now. Chef, I'm going to turn it back over to you so we can wrap things up.
Okay. So right now I'm plating my dirty rice. Looks so good right now. And I like bigger portions on my plate. I like people when they come, not to feel like
hey, that's the way we live here in Texas. You always want to take some stuff home, if you
like
get there.
sometimes you go to restaurants and all the food is like very small portions.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But here at Derby, you know, you get what you pay for. So now we got our salmon going on our plate. Like that, but
All right, and the chef is plating it up. He's going to show us the final presentation of the salmon with shrimp sauce. And he is out at Derby Restaurant right now in the Willowbrook area. They're part of the Shop Club, which is a Shop Club Houston, which is a car enthusiast private club, but the restaurant's open to the public. And as I mentioned, all their information will be in our social media post. Okay, chef, show us what you got there.
and here we go. Here's our salmon with our shrimp on top, our dirty rice, and our fukake broccoli.
That looks incredible. Chef, thank you for being here this morning. We appreciate you joining us. We'll have all your information in the social media post.
I enjoyed this experience, and you know, I have a lot to learn. Even though I know this is my first time, it feels like a brand new experience to learn a lot from.
Thank you, Chef. You're an inspiration to all of us. Thank you. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back to wrap things up in just 60 seconds.
At Houston Community College, we make your lessons matter. Open the door to real-world education, where passions become careers. Find out more at hccs.edu and let your success take flight.
That one day at PE when they were like yelling at me and then you just linked arms with me. I don't think you know how much like that helped me. I finally like knew that I had somebody.
Welcome back to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis, and we're wrapping this show up. We've run out of time.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us this morning. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.